time is 5 o'clock, and here's the world news at 5. First, the top stories. Ogun and Lagos State can survive without federal allocation, says report. Acting President Yemi Osinbajo assures Nigerians of a bright future. Presidency threatens shutdown of land borders to stop rice smuggling. NYSC to post core members to farms. Cyclone lashes Bangladesh with winds and rain. South Africa strips a white supremacist activist of citizenship. I am Toby Joseph, bringing you the news in details shortly. Ogun and Lagos State have been rated as the only state in Nigeria that can survive without the monthly allocation from the Federation account. Economic Confidential magazine, in its report released on Monday, says both states were the only state whose internally generated revenue (IGR) far exceeded the allocation they received from the Federation account in 2016. Ogun State IGR, according to the statistics, was 127% higher than the allocation it received in 2016, while the IGR of Lagos State was 169% higher than its 2016 allocation. For the period under review, Ogun State received 57 billion naira allocation, while it generated IGR totaling 72 billion naira. Also, Lagos State generated IGR of 302 billion naira against allocation of 178 billion naira from the Federation account. Trailing the two states, Rivers State IGR is 63% of the received allocation, Edo State 38%, and Kwara 35%. The magazine says none of the remaining 34 states and Federal Capital Territory generated IGR that was up to 100% of the 2016 allocation. Governor Bikola Musa of Ogun State says his administration is adjusting its finances and expenditures to ensure the completion of all the ongoing road projects before leaving office on May 29, 2019. Amoson, who gave this indication in an interview with newsmen during his Democracy Day inspection of the project across the state, promises to work till his last day in office to ensure the completion of the ongoing project. The governor explains that during the 6 years of his administration, the shortage of funds caused by the economic recession stopped works on the project for about 1 year. On 32 kilometers, 60 billion naira Songwater Akute Ojodu Road project, Amosun says that additional 31 billion naira is required to complete the project after pumping about 29 billion naira on construction of the 5 flyovers and bridges on the project.
It's not easy to quickly finish all these assignments. We need to complete. Now, sometime we added another maybe 7. This time around, we've pumped in another 10 billion. So gradually, we'll finish. We will continue to push. What we want to do is from now till
of the state. Acting President Yemi Osinbajo has assured Nigerians that the country has passed the most difficult phase of the Buhari administration. Osinbajo, giving the assurance in his nationwide broadcast to mark the Democracy Day, asked Nigerians not to despair, but look ahead and support the Buhari administration to achieve its set target. The last 2 years, according to the acting president, have been spent on building a foundation for developing the economy.
The last few years. And for this reason, this administration's work on the economic front has been targeted at a combination of short-term interventions to cushion the pain.
The acting president says the vision of the Buhari administration is a country that will work not merely for the rich or connected, but for everyone. Osinbajo also explains that Buhari's vision is to live behind a country where people produce what they consume, stop importation of fuel, and develop a lucrative petrochemical industry. Governor Abiola Ajimobi of Oyo State has promised to name in May 2018 a candidate that will succeed him in office. Ajimobi says he has already identified 5 persons who will have the potential to succeed him as the governor of the state. The governor stated these in an interview with newsmen as part of activities marking the Democracy Day at the 6th year of his administration. Ajimobi, who served as a senator between 2003 and 2007, also says he might contest in the Oyo South Senatorial District poll in 2019. At several times in the past, the governor had said he would not contest any political position again after the expiration of his second tenure in 2019. Presidency has threatened to close down Nigeria's land borders if the smuggling of rice into the country continues. Agriculture and Rural Development Minister Chief Audu Ogbe, who issued a threat at a news conference in Abuja, says the decision aims at encouraging the local producers of rice. The ongoing smuggling of rice, according to him, is sabotaging efforts to achieve the target of rice self-sufficiency by 2018 and conserving foreign exchange spent on importing it. So far, the minister says there is a gradual reduction in imported rice into Nigeria from 580,000 metric tons in 2015 down to 58,000 metric tons last year. Members of the National Youth Service Corps (NYSC) are to be posted to farms for their primary assignment. The posting will begin after the end of the ongoing orientation program for NYSC members. The agency's Director General, Brigadier General Solomon Kazari, made this known to newsmen during his visit to the Ogun State Orientation Camp of the NYSC in Shagamu. Kazari, who explains that the posting to farms is in line with the NYSC's agricultural program, says farmland had been acquired in Bauchi, Oyo, KB, and Federal Capital Territory for the pilot stage of the program. The scheme, according to him, will later be extended to other states of the Federation. You're still listening to the World News at 5 on Rock City 101.9 FM. Up next, we bring you foreign, business, and sport news. Please stay with us. Cyclone Mora has hit Bangladesh and lashed the country's southeastern coast with rain and winds. The storm made landfall on Tuesday between the fishing port of Cox's Bazar and the city of Chittagong, with winds of up to 117 kilometers per hour. Authorities have been moving more than 1 million people to shelters. India and Myanmar are also expected to be affected. It comes after heavy rains in Sri Lanka caused a landslide that killed at least 180 people. Hundreds of thousands of people have been evacuated to shelters, schools, and government offices as of late Monday. Last year's cyclone Rono hit coastal Bangladesh, leaving at least 24 people dead. The Angolan government has confirmed that President José Eduardo dos Santos is in Spain for medical treatment. Mr. dos Santos left Angola at the beginning of May. There has been much speculation that he had died in Spain, something his daughter Isabel came out to deny. Foreign Minister Georges Chikoti was speaking on French radio station RFI when he confirmed Mr. dos Santos' whereabouts, but he gave little detail about the nature of his illness. The 74-year-old has been president of Angola for 38 years, but is set to step down after this year's elections in August. South Africa's government has stripped white supremacist Jairus Wallus, who assassinated anti-apartheid hero Chris Hani in 1993, of his citizenship. The lawyer made the disclosure in the Supreme Court of Appeal as he argued for Wallus, who also holds a Polish citizenship, to be granted parole after 23 years in prison. The government has also issued an order to deport Wallus if he is released. Wallus was convicted in October 1993 for Mr. Hani's murder, threatening to derail South Africa's transition to democracy. He was sentenced to life in prison. Mr. Hani's family and the government have appealed against a lower court's decision to grant him parole. In business, Nestle Nigeria plc has asked real investors to emulate its confidence in the Nigerian economy. Chairman of the company's board of directors, David Ifezuleke, made the call in an interview with Rock City FM on the sidelines of the company's 48th annual general meeting in Lagos. According to him, Nestle opened a new manufacturing plant in Nigeria last year because of its faith in the Nigerian economy. He expresses satisfaction that Nestle was able to swim through 2016 despite the harsh climate of economic recession, while being optimistic that the performance of the company will further improve this financial year.
The foreign exchange requirement of the country. I believe that the government is now and the foreign security.
Despite the economic recession, Ifezulike says Nestle in the financial year ended December 31, 2016, recorded an increase of 13% in its operating profit and declared a mouth-watering dividend of 10 naira for every ordinary share. Chairman of the Independent Shareholders Association of Nigeria, Ben Okezie, commends the 7.9 billion naira set aside by the company for the payment of dividends, commending its management for a job well done. He advises Nestle to deepen its investment in the Waterlines project to promote access to clean water. Finally, on the World News at 5, Sport News. English Premier League side West Ham Football Club have made a move for Super Eagles striker Kelechi Iheanacho, ready to double his current wage at Manchester City. Iheanacho, who has only made one start for City this year, is expected to be allowed to leave the city by the coach, Pep Guardiola. And the Hammers, who are looking to strengthen the attacking area after Andy Carroll and Biafra Sako endured injury-hit seasons, have formally launched a bid as they look to get proceedings moving to sign the youngster with £25 million. Reported in British media, including The Sun, claimed the Hammers are aware the forward earns £35,000 a week at the Etihad and are willing to be doling out £70,000 per week to bring him to the London Stadium. At least 4 people are believed to have died and many others injured in a stampede at a game in Honduras. The incident occurred at a sold-out match between Motagua and Honduras Progreso in the Honduran capital. A police statement claimed too many tickets had been sold. Motagua denied too many tickets were sold and said they warned the responsible authorities immediately that fake tickets were being sold. That was the World News at 5, and just before we go, the major stories once again. Ogun and Lagos State can survive without federal allocation, says report. Acting President Professor Shibaju assures Nigerians a bright future. Presidency threatens shutdown of land borders to stop rice smuggling. NYSC to post core members to farms. On the foreign scene, we told you that cyclone lashed Bangladesh with winds and rain. We also told you that South Africa has stripped white supremacist activists of citizenship. For more stories or to listen to us live, please log on to our website at www.rockcitfmradio.com/live. Thank you so much for listening. I am Toby Joseph. Good evening.